Welcome to AnalystAssist, the cloud-based platform for live and dry blood analysts. In this video, we're going to take a first look at the app, discuss some of the features it offers, and demonstrate an example workflow. When we first log into AnalystAssist, we arrive here at the dashboard, which offers some quick access data tables, a statistics panel, and several other useful features. The dashboard is the central point of the app and can be reached at any time by clicking the link in the navigation menu. Also in the navigation menu are links to some of the main features of the app, and we'll go through them in a minute. Data in AnalystAssist is structured around two main types of records: client or patient records and their associated appointment records. As we go through this video, you'll see the difference between these two types of record, but it's safe to say that every appointment record is connected to a client record. As a quick aside, by default, the terminology client is used throughout the app, but it is possible to change this to patient if that's the terminology that you use. Customizing the app in many ways is one of several features only available to Pro subscribers and is done in the settings screen, which is accessed from the admin menu. The admin menu is opened using the icon in the top right of the screen, and as well as the settings screen, also includes links to various other administrative features, such as managing your subscription and changing your account details. Returning to the main layout, as mentioned, the navigation menu on the left gives you easy access to the primary storage sections of your database. First off is the client list, which contains all client records stored in your database, initially ordered by the date the record was created. You can search for a specific client by name, email, or date, filter the list by category tag, or order the list by any column. To open any record, just click its row in the table. Next is the appointment list screen, which displays a full list of all appointment records that you have created, ordered by appointment date and time. This screen also allows you to search for specific appointments by date, client name, or location, and sort the list however you like. Once again, to open a record, just click a row in the table. Aside from the two main record tables, we also have a link to the reference library. This screen allows you to upload documents into the app that you would like to attach to emails sent to clients. Whether it's a fact sheet, a treatment protocol, or perhaps a PDF of a research article, library documents can be anything that you like that you may want to share with clients. Files can be dragged and dropped onto the panel, or you can click the panel to open your computer's browsing menu. Once uploaded, documents can be categorized for easy recognition or sorting. And to preview a document at any time, just click the file name to open the document in the preview window. From here, we can navigate through the document, download it, or even print it. And when we're finished, we just close it back down. The next section of the navigation menu is the template submenu, and it's where AnalystAssist really starts to offer you powerful options for interacting with clients. We click the menu open arrow to open the submenu and can see that there are three types of template used in the app: email templates, form templates, and report templates. By default, there are a range of standard templates for each group included when you first register for an account with AnalystAssist. Although this is a useful start, Pro subscribers also get the option to customize those templates and create their own bespoke ones. This powerful feature allows you to set up the app to use your preferred way of interacting with clients automatically. So let's go through the three groups one by one. Email templates are used to quickly generate standardized emails that can be sent from client records directly to your clients. Email templates can include embedded field tokens that are automatically populated from the information in a client record, giving that personalized feel. As well as this, it's possible to embed links to digital forms that you would like the client to complete and submit. You can also attach appointment reports and library documents to your emails, as we'll see a little later. Typical examples of the email templates included are the pre-appointment onboarding template for gathering important information from new clients, and the post-appointment report template for when you send your analysis report to the client after the appointment. Digital forms are how you can request information from your clients, which is then automatically stored in their client record for easy access. Every digital form that you send is based on a form template that is stored on this screen. Forms can include field tokens that are swapped for existing record data when the report is opened, and client fields that automatically update the fields in their client record on submission. Generic text, date, or other types of field for gathering general information are also available. To see exactly how your client will experience any particular digital form, we can select it and then click the View button. The new client and intake and consent form is an onboarding form that we will use in a minute. As you can see, there's a wide range of options for how to design a digital form. You can configure certain fields to be required, and when the client clicks Submit, the completed outcome is stored in PDF form in the client record, as we will see shortly. This template represents the most basic health questionnaire of the included templates, so we'll be using this in a minute as well. Report templates are used in the appointment record screen to generate analysis reports from the data stored there. As with other template types, Pro subscribers can change or add as many templates as they like. Customizing or building templates is done using a drag and drop component system. Giving you huge flexibility to create the perfect design and set of data for each specific situation. Finally, the navigation menu offers a few other useful features. An appointment timer for keeping track of appointment duration, and there are also links to the user manual and help section of the main website. Wherever you are in the AnalystAssist platform, clicking the user manual link will open the relevant section of the manual in a separate browser tab, helping you to learn how to take advantage of its many features as quickly as possible. So now we've had a look around the main layout of the app, it's time to go through a quick demonstration workflow so you can see some of the available features in action. Let's assume that a new client has been in touch and you've agreed a date and time for an appointment. They've provided you with their name and email address, so the first step is to create a new client record. We can trigger a new client record from the clients list, or by clicking the button in the dashboard. As you can see, we're now on the Add New Client screen, where we can start the record by adding the information we have so far, the name and email address. When we are ready, we save the record to add it to the database. Looking at the blank client record, we can see various sections offering a number of useful features. We will come back to the details section later, but underneath we can see the appointments section. This is the appointment list for this client. Appointments can be sorted however we like and also searched for by date or location. We will be adding an appointment soon, but for now let's continue to look at the client record features. The Tasks panel enables us to add various reminders related to the client, whether with or without a deadline for completion. As well as displaying here, all client tasks also display in the table on the dashboard as a reminder, and any tasks that are overdue become red. The Tags panel allows us to add categorizing tags to a client record, whether that category might be a health condition, treatment approach, or even demographic. These tags can be used in the client list page to group clients together or to filter the client list for all clients with particular tags. The next section is the Client Notes panel, where you can add any thoughts, treatment notes, or reminders. This is also where notifications generated by AnalystAssist are added. We will see that happen shortly. The final panel in the client record is the Client Document folder. This folder is where all completed digital form outputs are added after submission, and where analysis reports generated in the appointment record are stored. It can also be used to upload and store any documents relevant to the client, such as copies of test results or medical notes that they may have given you. The client record enables you to keep everything related to each client in one place, making access to the information as easy as possible. Now that the client record has been created, it's time to send the client an email to request they complete onboarding digital forms before their appointment. To do this, we click the Email Client button and open the Compose Email panel. The first thing that we can do is select an email template for this situation. When we select a template from the list, it populates the subject and message sections of the email. As you can see, the template includes an inserted field first name that is displayed with a field token. When the email is sent to the client, this token will be swapped for the data in the client's first name field automatically. To add other field tokens, we can click Shift and 6 and then select a token from the list. We should also add our name to the bottom of the email. Pro subscribers can customize all the templates to include your name, or even a full email signature. Note that this template also asks the client to follow the links below to complete some digital forms. Let's add those now. Opening the Forms panel displays the list of form templates that we saw earlier. To add a clickable link to any form, simply check the checkbox next to the template name. When the client receives the email, they will be able to open and complete the forms. Links stay valid for 14 days. It should be mentioned, it's also possible to add any client document or library document using the drop-down panels below. When we click Send, AnalystAssist sends the email to the address at the top of the Compose email panel and adds a notification to the Client Notes panel as a reminder. So now the forms have been completed and submitted by our client, and a notification has been added to the Client Notes panel telling us that the submitted forms have been received. We can also see that AnalystAssist has added PDFs containing our client's responses to the Client Document folder. To view the documents, we click them, and now we can see all of the answers given by our client. As well as adding the results in PDF form, because the intake form included client fields, the submitted data has updated the client record automatically. Now the app displays the client's age. The next step in the workflow is when the client comes for their appointment. To create an appointment record, we can click the Add Appointment button in the client record or the Appointment List screen, but we can also do it directly from the dashboard. Our first task is to select the client that the appointment relates to. This screen is where we add a new appointment. We can see the client's name in the title bar, and now we need to add the appointment details. Clicking Save adds the appointment record to your database. We can now see the blank appointment record. The primary details of client name and appointment date and time are shown in the title bar. If we need to navigate to the client record for any reason, we can click the link in the title bar or the Open Client Record button. The first section that we see is the Appointment Notes section. This is where you can record anything related to the appointment, such as comments about treatment plans or reminders to yourself. Bear in mind that anything added here will not be included in any analysis report sent to clients. This is also where system notifications are added, as we will see. Let's add a note now. It's worth mentioning that should you add a note here and decide it would be useful to have it included in the client record, so you can see it when creating future appointments, you can select it and click the Copy to Client Notes button. The next section is where we can store blood images. This section is divided into the Live Blood Images panel and the Dry Blood Images panel, and you can switch between panels using the tab control. We can add images to our appointment record in two ways. Firstly, we can add images captured outside of AnalystAssist. To do this, drag and drop them onto the relevant blood panel, or click the panel to upload images. Whenever we add images to the blood images panels, they are represented by a thumbnail. To view the image full screen, simply click the thumbnail to open the image preview panel. To capture images directly from your microscope, make sure that your microscope camera is connected to your computer and open the Live View panel from the Correct Blood Images panel. If this is the first time that you have used the camera with AnalystAssist, you will be asked to give the app permission to access the camera feed. The live feed from your microscope should now be displayed. If not, make sure to select the correct camera from the Camera Selection control. We can manipulate the look of the live feed to mirror what we see down the microscope binoculars by adjusting image settings in the Settings panel. We can also zoom into the image when required. To store an image of the feed, click the Capture button. Pro subscribers can add up to 25 live blood images and 25 dry blood images. The images are added to the database and are represented by thumbnails in the gallery. To make images more identifiable, we can change their title. And we can also add image notes to any of the thumbnails. We do this by opening the image preview window and then the notes section. Image notes are auto-saved automatically. Now we've added the notes, we can close the image preview panel and the live view panel, and we can see that the image thumbnails have been added to the appointment record. If we want to review image notes at any time, in this appointment screen, simply hover our mouse over the thumbnail. Remember to display relevant blood image panels, live or dry, when triggering the live view window or uploading images, so they are stored in the correct section. Another way to record information about the client's blood is using the blood record sheets, which are contained in their own collapsible panel on the appointment record. These check sheets allow us to rate the various indications seen in the blood. The suggested key is displayed at the top, no rating meaning indication is not present, and ratings from 1 to 5 record the prevalence of an indication. Pro subscribers can manage the indication types in the settings page, and it's possible to reduce the list to only show rated indications for ease of reviewing later. Let's add some as a demonstration now. And then we can minimize the panels. So now that we've recorded all the data from the appointment, if we want, we can complete the interpretation and recommendations section of the appointment record. These panels are called Dictation Rich Text Editor panels and are identical to the ones used in email templates and the Compose email panel. You can learn all about them in the user manual, but they allow us to add all types of formatted text, bullet and number lists, hyperlinks, images, and of course field tokens. The other powerful feature that these DRTE panels include is AI-powered dictation. This is in two forms. The first is live dictation via a microphone connected to your computer, which records and automatically punctuates text, adding it to the panel as you speak. The second option is by uploading a pre-recorded .wav audio file produced using a recording device or dictation app on your phone. For now, we will demonstrate the live dictation process. As well as understanding, punctuating and transcribing live text, you can also use specific command words to control the process. To view the command words available, click the help icon. Again, you can read about these in the user manual, but for now I'll make a short demonstration to show some of the options. To get started, we need a microphone connected to our computer, or the internal one if we're using a laptop, and it needs to be functional. When we click the dictation button for the first time, the app will ask us for permission to use the microphone. Once we've granted permission, the dictation process will go live and we'll see a countdown as the system gets ready. When the countdown is complete, we can start talking. Now that dictation has begun, I can start speaking. As long as I talk clearly, the app will transcribe my speech and punctuate it clearly. But what if I make a mistake? Undo. Now I can replace the text with a correction. Enter. The Enter command starts a new paragraph, just like the Enter key on your keyboard. New line. If I want to stay within the same paragraph, that is also possible. Enter. What about bullet and number lists? Enter. Bullet. Now I can add my first bullet point. Enter. And I can add another. Enter. Enter. Number. Number lists can also be useful. Enter. I can add as many points as I like. End list. Stop. As we can see, DRTE panels autosave any content added, so there's no need to save the record manually when we add or edit these panels. Last of all, for demonstration purposes, I can add text manually to the recommendations panel. So now that the appointment record is complete, it's time to generate our analysis report. As we saw earlier, analysis reports are generated from report templates, which Pro subscribers can customize or they can make their own. One important consideration is whether we want all the images in the live and dry blood image panels to be included in the report or just a selection. Let's make a selection just now by checking the checkboxes of the thumbnails we want included. Now, to trigger a report preview, we click the Create Report button. The app will now process all of the appointment data and eventually display a preview of a report that uses the first template in the list. We can see that using this basic analysis report template only includes the interpretation and recommendation section. Other templates can include variations of different elements from the appointment record as we discussed. If we select the Detailed Analysis Report and Blood Record template, we can see much more information included. Our selected images and their notes, the blood record sheets, and the interpretation and recommendation sections. Finally, when we're ready to generate the high-resolution PDF version of the report, we click Generate Report. The system will add a notification to the Appointment Records Notes panel and store the finished report in the client record. We can see that the report PDF has been added to the client document folder. Let's take a look. Okay, now that we've generated our analysis report, the last thing to do is to send a copy to the client. We can select a suitable email template and once again add our name. Scrolling down to the bottom, we can attach our new report PDF. All we do is check the checkbox. We can also attach any useful library documents that the client might need. Now we're ready to send. The email will be sent to the client, and as before, a notification will be added to the client notes section. Great. So there we are. We've completed the basic workflow, and we can see quick links to both our new client record and appointment record in the dashboard tables. As mentioned, Pro subscribers are able to customize many different areas of the app to their needs, and every feature of AnalystAssist is discussed in detail